Hello learners, welcome back to the world of economics. I, Ritu Gupta, shall be taking you through a session which tells us about economics, a session which tells us about markets. We shall be learning of the meaning of market, structure of market, monopoly and perfect competition markets, various markets on the basis of channels of distribution, meaning of online markets. Let us understand what a market really is. A market refers to the whole region where buyers and sellers of a commodity are in contact with each other to effect purchase and sale of the commodity. So the market is for a particular good. Here we can see market for electronics. In other words, a market is an arrangement in given area whereby buyers and sellers come in contact with each other directly or indirectly to buy or sell goods and services. What are the components or features of market? First and foremost, the commodity. Every market is specific to a certain commodity, which is a good or a service. It must be bought and sold in that market. The second feature is that there should be buyers and sellers of the commodity. Thirdly, there should be communication between buyers and sellers, either face to face or through the internet. Hence, a market has to have a commodity which can be bought and sold. A set of buyers and sellers of this commodity and some communication between the buyers and sellers to carry on their transaction face to face or indirectly through agents, telephone, mobile or the internet. Whatever way the buyers and sellers interact, they do so to exchange goods and services for money. In the process, the price and quantity of goods and services traded are also determined. Let us now understand the structure of market. By structure of market, we mean the nature of the product, the number of buyers and sellers in the market, and the freedom to new sellers to enter and the older ones to exit the market. On this basis, we can give two extreme forms of market. First and foremost is monopoly market. Mono meaning single and polus meaning seller. So a single seller. The second on the other extreme is a perfectly competitive market comprising of a number of sellers. Let us go into the details of monopoly. Monopoly refers to a market situation where there is a single seller selling a product which has no close substitutes. The seller faces no competition. In India, the government has monopoly in atomic energy, defense, public water supply system, railways, etc. Let us go through the features of monopoly markets. Single seller or firm, no close substitute. Every seller is a price maker, and since there is a single seller, so single seller is the price maker. The aim of production or selling is to maximize profit, so aim of maximum profit and no entry of new firms. All these together make the monopoly market. Let us now understand a perfectly competitive market. A market with many sellers and many buyers. It is the other extreme situation of monopoly market form. In perfect competition, we find a market situation where there are very large number of buyers and sellers dealing in a homogeneous product, which means the same product, no difference in the products of any seller at a fixed price by the market. I repeat that perfect competition refers to a market situation where there are very large number of buyers and sellers dealing in a homogeneous product at a price fixed by the market. What are the other features in a quick recall? There are a large number of sellers and buyers, homogeneous product, free entry or exit of new sellers, perfect knowledge about the market, sellers aim to earn maximum profit, no interference of the government, and free movement of factors of production. These together form what is known as a perfectly competitive market. However, do we find such markets at present, or the present markets are different? Today's markets have monopoly only by the government, and perfect competition is non-existent. Markets are flooded with varieties of same products. These exist as brands such as in clothes, shoes, toothpaste, soap, spices, furniture, TV, mobiles, and so on. You can take any one of them and cite at least 5 brands that are selling any one of these items. In this case, there are many sellers selling different variations of particular product contrary to perfect competition. This type of market is called monopolistic or imperfect competition. Let us now understand the classification of markets on the basis of channels of distribution or saleable lots, that is a wholesale market or a retail market. Saleable lots means the amount of commodity that is sold in a single lot. Let us go through a wholesale market first. A wholesale market refers to a form of market under which seller is a distributor or a middleman who sells mainly to retailers and institutions rather than to the consumers of the product. We can see over here there is a wholesale market for saris and there is a wholesale market for onions. What are the salient features of a wholesale market? Goods are transacted in big lots, direct sell to retailers and institutions. There is no direct sell to ultimate consumer. Wholesaler is a distributor or middleman, and selling price is less than the retail price. Here, now we come to the totally opposite market, which is a retail market. Or round the corner shop or a big mall, these are all retail markets. A retail market is a form of market under which the retailer sells varieties of goods or services directly to the ultimate consumers. In this form of market, goods are sold in small lots on a higher price in comparison to the wholesale market. What are the salient features of a retail market? There is direct sale to ultimate consumers. Goods are sold in small lots and the selling price is higher than the wholesale price. What is the importance of a retail market? Let us understand this through this chain of events as goods flow from the manufacturer to the wholesaler to the retailer and finally to the consumer. So the retailer is the only market form which is in direct touch with the consumer. In the channel of distribution of goods and services, the position of a retailer is most important as it is in direct contact with the final consumers. So the location of the retail shop or outlet is very important as compared to the wholesale business. Even a retailer has to maintain a very good polished surroundings to attract the consumers. Together, they form what is called as the market supply. The market supply refers to the quantity of a commodity that all the firms are willing and able to offer for sale at a given price during a given period of time in a market. It's also important in today's time to know how online marketing and online shopping has been made possible. These are also, in economic terms, markets, also known as e-commerce. Consumers buy directly from the seller. Online shopping is the innovative and convenient process whereby technology assists the exchange of goods and services from the seller. What are the various means of payments for online shopping? Billing to mobile phones and landlines. There is cash on delivery or popularly known as COD, checks, debit card or postal money order. As mankind is progressing, as technology is improving, even faster and better ways are being developed to execute this means of payments online. What are the merits of online shopping? Yes, it's available 24 hours, saves time and labor, time to go and then to hunt for things, and there is no intermediate channel, and also there is a direct purchase from the producer or from the production unit. I hope that today's session on market has given you a lot of insight into a market, and you will be able to understand how different markets function, especially the monopoly, the perfectly competitive, the wholesale market and the retail market. Thank you and all the best.